So let's talk about what grace really is. The last few days I've been reading some posts about, pastors who have fallen or had moral failures within their ministry, different leaders and professionals that have done that. And as I'm relaunching my business, I'm really disheartened actually by the amount of leaders who are within the church who, really seem to preach grace or brokenness from their pulpit, but then frankly just don't practice that in their relationships. It's all talk, and then the actions that you see actually are really counterintuitive. There's quite a few folks that from my own personal journey I've experienced that really responded out of their own woundedness and their own hurt. Now I totally understand that hurt people hurt people. It doesn't excuse their actions. I don't agree with them, but at the end of the day, you got to move on at some point. The only piece that helps me is being able to forgive those folks for whatever vindictive or self-righteous thing that they're trying to do. That's just frankly, it's a discouragement, and I'm sure that they're under pressure and under spiritual attack and whatnot. But when you try to hurt a leader or you withhold forgiveness from them for whatever reason, at the end of the day, you miss out, frankly, on experiencing the grace and restoration and redemption, and God actually transforming that into a very amazing story of what He does. And that's exactly what He does, is He wants us to be in alignment with who we are from the inside out. God doesn't rest until we can actually live in that way and function in that way, and that's what He did with me. And it was very painful. I wish I had never made some of the painful choices that I did, but they are what they are. I can't back up. All I can do is seek forgiveness from those that I hurt and move forward, forgive myself. And one of the most powerful things that I've learned is that God is actually for me, that His grace is for me. It's just not for other people, which I used to, when I used to preach that and lead others as a pastor and as a therapist, I really believed that God's transformative grace was for them and not necessarily for me. It was all head knowledge, didn't transfer to my heart. The past few years, I've really had to cling on that God is my only refuge. He's my only hope. And so, part of my passion for impacting leaders is to really not just help them pick up the pieces when reality comes crashing in on them, because they're living lives that are pretty compartmentalized. And I know what that was like. It's very freeing to have a life with no baggage, and to actually accept that and walk in that is really freeing. But it is incredibly tough, I would say, for leaders to practice that on their own and to walk alone in it. So that's what I'm targeting. What I'm doing is really trying to come alongside of fellow leaders who are either in the ministry or high up, and whether it's a corporate ladder or an organization, it frankly doesn't matter. All leaders, there's par for the course situations that they experience with their families and with themselves individually and personally. So happy to chat with folks about that and really just be a safe resource for them. The other thing that is pretty disheartening is just no one within the church seems to think about the family, the spouse or the kids. So when folks are trying to attack me and saying discrediting things and numerous things that they try to do just out of their own woundedness, again, they're forgetting that they're actually just causing harm to my family as well. And they're going to be called to account for that at some point, and trying to love on them, and like the Bible says, to love my enemies. But that is hard to do because it is discouraging. So wanted this to be a productive post. Thoughts about grace, thoughts about leadership, thoughts about ministry. Hope it's not a downer for you today. If I could be an encouragement, please reach out to me. My website is just my name. It's traviswaits.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.